We'll talk about whether XRP is poised for a breakout. That's what we're looking at. That is the important question. Excuse me, but will we test that amazing $1.97 level one more before dropping back down? Some members of the XRP community are calling for an all-time high within the next 7 days. You've heard that. At $3,920, Ethereum is currently down. And Bitcoin has dropped 44% in the last day to $100,300. Since 3% XRP has been operational since this morning, we won't be complaining. Are we here now? I'm not even angry about it at $2.37 right now since I like what I see. Determining if XRP will rise over and above the $2.50 threshold is the most important factor in this scenario. There will be a push to $2.75 if it happens. If something breaks, the cost will increase to $3.50. The 2020 all-time high, which is currently at $1.96, is what I think is a great little resistance point that XRP has discovered, or that it switched into support. Whether it occurs today or later in December, this indicates that XRP is poised to make another insanely high move. You heard it right here, folks. Could we retest that zone at 100%? Do I think we went over that line? I don't think it's happening. It's a bull run. Remember that prices do drop, especially during bull runs and bull cycles. We don't simply keep getting higher. Along the road, modifications are inevitable. The bigger image, which appears when we zoom out, reveals that there are more ups than downs, and that the ups are significantly more violent than the downs. A man from Austin, Texas, was sentenced to 2 years in prison for filing a tax return that falsely underreported the capital gains he made from selling $3.7 million worth of Bitcoin, according to Crypto News. I apologize, but this shows that he filed his taxes last year when Bitcoin was probably worth between $50,000 and $60,000, not $100,000. He consequently lost out on a substantial sum of money, which would have been more like $3.70, $4, $6, and slightly more than $7. Or more than $7.5 million. He was dishonest. You're lying, but why? They are aware of the source of that funding. These exchanges are all retracted. Even if you believe that you are a reclusive person and that they cannot track you out, the money is still pouring into your bank account. They won't track you down. You're simply pudding. Once you deposit more than $10,000, you are depositing more than $3 million into your bank account. They begin to raise concerns, raise red flags, and demand to know the source of that funding. But aren't you making more than $3 million? I'm kidding. What are you contemplating? Pay your friggin' taxes, people. The money is coming from you. Make the tax payment. That man here just made $4 million. Do you really want to be one of those people? And now you have to go to jail for the next 2 years? Obviously not. I mean, I hope he invests those $4 million in something worthwhile like a money market or mutual fund, and that he can earn interest on it over the course of the following 2 years. It's worth significantly more after he leaves. However, to whom would anyone wish to go? What's wrong with people, jail? They know everything, so pay your taxes. Jock says, here it is. If you're ready for $10 XRP, let me know. I've grown really optimistic about XRP's approach to double-digit territory and the double-digit zone. For me to change my mind on this, there would have to be a catastrophic breakdown within the next 2.5 weeks. I'm speaking. We'd have to descend again. From here, we would require a retracement of about 50%. I don't think it will occur. I don't anticipate it. This, in my opinion, is a very positive region for XRP, with the introduction of Ripple stablecoin, I believe. In light of the upcoming new MiCA regulations and the delisting of USDT on numerous exchanges, Coinbase will, I believe, prohibit European users from trading stablecoins that do not adhere to the new MiCA rules, such as USDT, GUSD, GA, GN, DAI, PAX, and PYSD beginning in December. What stablecoin will they use instead? Sure, but are they actually USDC? I'll just give you one choice, though, and let's phrase it this way. Because we are aware of the links and tie-ins, they may only want to provide you USDC. Additionally, there is another exchange in Europe that offers both USDC and RLUST, and they have discovered that using RLUST is far less expensive. What kind of exchange do you anticipate they will have? One that provides RLUST. This brings to mind the MoneyGram vs. Western Union comparison that occurred approximately 4 years ago when MoneyGram was integrating digital ledger technology and blockchain. What then did they do? Western Union had to be coerced into entering the game. Everything comes down to competition and how to succeed as a competitor. You provide a better, more affordable product that can transfer funds in a matter of hours rather than 3 to 5 days. MoneyGram most likely would have overtaken Western Union in terms of market share, just as their previous method was doing. Thus, what action did Western Union take? They returned to their German board and modified their approach. They are now exploring DLT and blockchain. With the new MiCA policy, these exchanges in Europe will be doing the same thing. They will be listing the stablecoins that have clarity there, like USDC and RLUST, and getting rid of the vast bulk of the stablecoins they already own. Thus, all of the exchanges will provide you with the same options because it will then be up to the user to choose which exchange they want to use and what they feel more comfortable with. You will put everything on an even playing field because if you are not, and you are only offering one stablecoin on an off-ramp, people will look for the alternative that is giving them better, more affordable, and more options. It's that easy, people. Brad Garlinghouse discusses it here. Most likely. Tether won't. Even though Tether may continue to grow, our market share won't be the same in, say, 2 years, in my opinion. Because of this, I think there's a probability that boosting liquidity on the XRPL and the chain will be advantageous for everyone in the XRP ecosystem. As a result, stablecoin. Regulation is a topic of constant discussion in the US. Do you think there will be a similar disruption to the EU regulations, where Lust will gain market share and Tether may lose some? Indeed, any stablecoin that prioritizes compliance adopts a regulatory strategy first and proceeds with regulation would, in my opinion, benefit. Lust is one example, but it's not the only one that I think will work. That's it. People, one example will be Lust. There are massive projects underway. I'd like to share with you iGrid Crypto's latest analysis. There are 2 choices for us, and I like how direct he will be. Between 227 and 250. If we break over 250, now is the moment to reverse the decline. Please don't break 227. If that happens, we'll be looking between 217 and 227. Before we can start to rise, we will witness a double bottom. What comforts me in this case is the $1.96 range. However, 217, the crucial number. We were hoping to maintain for this last adjustment did not hold. During a bull run, it's normal to see some down, but I don't want to see much more. You don't want to see any more down, I know that. The consolidation period will eventually end, and you know what happens when it does. We can't run long during one of these parabolic surges to the upside. We're heading to the racetrack. Several upward parabolic movements will be observed. After corrections, we draw back after flipping a new zone, region, or area into support. It will not be an easy path to the finish line, therefore you need to maintain your mental toughness and resilience. Instead, it will be rocky. But I can promise you that we will be far higher than we are now when we look ahead to 2025, when this bull cycle is coming to a close. Remember, this will help us win, and patience and education pay off.